Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Virtual Herman's Jazz Club. It's a great pleasure for us to be down here this afternoon. This is a pre-recorded show, but you'll be seeing it in the evening. And it's a really a project sort of near and dear to my heart that we have a great pleasure to present to you tonight. And it's a kind of a cool cross-genre collaboration with the wonderful Emily Carr String Quartet and the Ryan Oliver Quartet. And this started some years ago. I've lucked into, well, in numerous ways. I married a wonderful woman, but also lucked into her father-in-law, who's a great composer, arranger. And he started writing these string quartet additions to some pieces I'd composed over the years. And that's kind of what got this whole ball rolling. So tonight's kind of a culmination of all that, the great Mark Crawford's arrangements of these wonderful tunes. And we'll continue with a ballad I'd written some years ago for my wife, Carrie. This is called For You. Before we play that, the musicians. You're listening to the great Hans Verhoeven on the drums. Hans Verhoeven. Ken Lister on the upright bass. It's so weird. These are moments when people would be applauding if there were people in here. Thank you. Thank you. Dr. Tony Genge at the piano, Dr. Tony Genge. And the Emily Carr String Quartet, who Victoria people and beyond certainly know these fabulous musicians. Muge Buke-Chellin on the first violin. Corey Balzer on the second violin. Jessica Pickersgill on the viola. And Alistair Money on the cello. So this is, it's just a real pleasure for many jazz musicians. It's such a cool thing to play with strings. So this is certainly for me a dream coming true. Anyway, we hope you enjoy this ballad. This is called For You. Thank you very much for you, and we sure thank you for tuning in tonight. And we also would like to thank the Province of British Columbia and SoundON, which is a granting program that allowed us to put a project together like this. A lot of people and 8 musicians, no small feat. It was almost as hard as getting everybody's schedule to align and make this happen today. No, but we thank SoundON and the Province of British Columbia, as well as Herman's Jazz Club and the Jazz on View Society for playing host, and our wonderful sound engineer, the great Miss Ashley Way back there. Yes. An old friend of ours, an old friend of mine. We, as Ashley was saying the other night, we actually met at the Fraser McPherson Jazz Scholarship auditions. I was but a young boy from Williams Lake back then, and later spent a lot of great times at Humber College as well in Toronto. So thank you, Ashley, for making all this look and sound so great. If you like what you hear and are so inclined, you can donate to the band and the Jazz on View Society. Is all that stuff up there, the information? Good. And to people like Larry, who are probably Facebooking right now, I'm at home on the couch. Future Ryan is not, I can't deal with it right now. We will continue. Here's a tune written for my daughter, born last year in August. Her bedtime is almost late enough that she may be seeing us do this, but hopefully not. Hopefully she's in bed, and I'm enjoying the evening.
Your beverage, you mean?
Here's a tune called Blues for Josie Rose. Blues for Josie Rose. Someday you'll be old enough to cringe at all this because it's all recorded for posterity. Here we go. The Blues for Josie Rose. I have to say, we've done a bunch of these live streams. It never really feels right to finish a tune in Herman's, and then it's just like dead quiet. And it's right now it's the middle of the afternoon, and I feel like the old days when I was in college and I would be drinking in the afternoon at a bar. Remember those days? And it was like you and a couple scary people, and you were like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Well, I'll continue as I was. It has that feeling, folks. But we'll continue. This is a something I wrote recently, and I was saying I have to qualify by saying I have read some Shakespeare in my life. I've not read this one, I will confess, before people start quizzing me on it. But I did see the wonderful movie starring Michael Fassbender, and it's great. It's really great. I know it's like it is funny that I've seen the movie and haven't read the book. It's typical, but anyway, this is a tune. We were laughing about this. It's not the stage, so I think we can say the name. I did check in with some theater friends of mine, and I think that's the case. But this is a tune called Macbeth, and we hope you enjoy it. Macbeth, thank you very, very much. And yeah, what can I say? I think things are going to be back. I think we'll be back in the hanging out in jazz clubs before you know it. Life will be back to normal. But we thank you again for joining us here at Herman's Jazz Club, the Emily Carr String Quartet, the Ryan Oliver Quartet, and playing some fabulous music by the great Mark Crawford. And thank you so much to SoundON and the province of BC, to Herman's Jazz Club, and to the Jazz on View Society for having us down here today. And we'll continue. This is a tune, in fact, that our illustrious arranger, Mr. Mark Crawford, wrote. And this is for Astor Piazzolla, the wonderful Argentinian composer, who really modernized and did some really cool things with the, among other things, but with the tango for sure. And Mark wrote this tune. This is called Tango for Astor. Tango for Astor by the great Mark Crawford. I'm going to gamble and be pretty sure that he's watching right now. So thank you, Mark, for all these wonderful charts. We've had a blast playing them. I was fortunate enough some years ago to make a sort of a cool record out in Toronto with some fabulous musicians, and this is one of the tunes on that record, which, you know, I used to cringe when I heard it, but once in a while I hear it in various places now, and I'm like, you know what? Not too bad. But this is I used to have this cool practice garage down this alley in an area of Toronto called the Annex, and there was a time period where I was playing with a trumpet player friend of mine. We were playing a whole bunch of Wayne Shorter tunes, so I was always writing out these Wayne Shorter tunes. And I was also getting up super late in the morning and going down and practicing in this little windowless garage, which one day I got locked in because the lock on the door broke. And this is before the age of like when everyone had cell phones all the time. So I had some scary moments, and eventually my now wife, Carrie, came down and was like pounding on the door, and I'm like, thank God, call a locksmith. So I'd locked myself in this windowless garage with no food, just a bottle of water. But anyways, this tune was written for those days, a little tribute to the great Wayne Shorter, and as well as an acknowledgement to all the time I was squandering sleeping in, and this is called Shorter Mornings. shorter mornings. And yeah, we are having a blast up here. Thanks so much for tuning in to the Herman's live stream. Share with your friends. There's a internet savvy. Is that internet savvy, Ashley? Share this with your friends. It feels like I'm on the cusp of the wave of the future here. But we hope you're enjoying all this. Here's a tune I had the distinct pleasure of bringing up the great Victor Lewis, who was the drummer in Stan Getz's quartet, among many other things, for many years. But I had him up in Toronto for a bit, and we put this record down. And here's a tune from that recording, which is entitled Strive. But this tune is called Eddie, for the great, my dad's name. He doesn't go by Eddie, but he is Ed. And as well, the fantastic tenor saxophone player and part-time comedian, the great Eddie Harris. And if you've heard, he's a great player, but he released some, they're kind of questionable, but they're hilarious records. He had a great tune called Eddie Who, and people, there's like this talking section over a vamp, and this guy goes, "I remember you, man. You're that comedian who wore the red leather." And he goes, No, that's Eddie Murphy. I'm Eddie Harris." And the guy goes, "Eddie who?" Anyways, here's a tune called Eddie. We hope you enjoy this. It's those endings that really put in bold relief how quiet it is in here. Hopefully, you're on the edge of your seat, and we again a shout out to all the wonderful folks joining us. I'm just going to assume this because I don't really know, but typically I know my parents better be watching this. Mom, Dad, nice to see you. Thank you for tuning in. But also, I know there's some great people out in Toronto that are usually there, the pilot crew, so on and so forth. Looking forward to being able to fly back out and set up some gigs so you can come harass me in person. Save, what has it been, about a year of critical comments that you can lay on me for an entire set break. I'll let it happen. But we have, what do we have? One more tune here. Is that right? Big band, yeah. Excellent. This is a wonderful arrangement of a great Harold Arlen standard, and it's called Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Before we play it, again, a shout out to SoundON for making all this possible. We're so thankful, especially in being in this whole situation everybody's been in, being in a country where there's a strong commitment to support the arts through funding and all kinds of different things. We're very thankful for that in being in Canada. There's a lot of places that this kind of stuff isn't available, and then these kinds of things don't happen. So we're certainly aware and very appreciative of the funding that makes these kinds of things possible. So thank you. And as well, thank you to Herman's Jazz Club, Jazz on View Society, the great Ashley Way running all this sound and video. And how about it? The Emily Carr String Quartet. Muge Biuchelin on the first violin, Corey Balzer, second violin, Jessica Pickersgill on the viola, and Alistair Money on the cello. And a wonderful round of applause. Holy smokes. So fun working with these fabulous musicians and playing with some strings. Hans Verhoeven on the drums. Ken Lister, Mr. Lister on the bass, and the good doctor, Dr. Tony Genge, is on the piano. Yours truly, Ryan Oliver. It's the Ryan Oliver Quartet with the Emily Carr String Quartet. And we will... what have we got here? Yeah, we will send you on your way here with this wonderful tune, Somewhere Over the Rainbow. We hope you enjoy it. Thanks again for joining us. If you like what you hear, feel free to donate and help support these wonderful musicians in this wonderful city, in this wonderful country. In this wonderful world. Okay, here we go. Somewhere Over the Rainbow. I couldn't stop once I started. Thank you very much, and good night.